Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got a good one. Hang on. That is really, really nice from Sterling Roastery, Costa Rica. We've used this one before, but not often enough. This is a good one. Very flavorful. Like this a lot. Medium roast and it's ground. Man, it says here balanced and complex. Yes, it is. It is really very, very good. And of course, we're using the Sterling Roastery coffee mug. Both the coffee and the mug came from our great friend Mark Bagwell, who we lost last year. So it's a nice remembrance of him whenever I break out the Sterling coffee and Sterling coffee mug. Oh yeah, love the badge on this, and it's stoneware, and it's just such a great, great mug. Yeah, really, really terrific. Hang on, one more sip. That is absolutely great. And as we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the coffee go to work, gentlemen. No, wait a minute. A good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. That's the number of times I've said it, you'd think I would remember it. I think I need another cup of coffee to wake up a little bit here, huh? Yeah, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely, yeah. So great to be with you this morning. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. However, it's a national holiday in the United States today. It is Memorial Day. So we are reflecting on those who served and sacrificed for our freedoms today, Memorial Day. We'll get a link below where you can click on the various explanations of Memorial Day and the holidays, origins, and that sort of thing. So today is Memorial Day. So many of you have the day off, and if in the off chance that there are some of you who are working today, well, thanks very much for taking me along on your morning commute. Hey, if you are tuning into the podcast, thanks very much for listening via all those great streaming platforms out there like Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Thanks so much for that. Really do appreciate that. Boy, we got a great show for you this morning. Let me get to my topics here. Got a great viewer shaving tip this morning. Got a great shave den visit, courtesy of viewer Chris Bodrap. Chris, thank you very, very much. Got some reminders for you. We also have an update on Ariana and Evans. We also have an update on the giveaway, the fantastic, fabulous Tom Donnarumma giveaway. We selected two winners last Tuesday. So we have an update regarding that. We've got some great refill comments from viewers this morning. We're visiting some really, really wonderful new wet shaving gear, and we're rounding it off with some questions and comments. So absolutely great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you remember the slogan, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. So let's kick off the show like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Paul Desjardins. And Paul writes, "Good morning, Mark. Regarding the alum block comments, I too have found that a compressed block can be pretty rough out of the box. A very light sanding with a sanding block can help remove the roughness. I also flip my block each time I use it. I don't know why, but if you leave the same side down, the top side gets rough again. So to sum up, alternate sides each use and alternate drying side up. Take care." Hey, Paul, thanks very, very much for a very useful tip regarding alum block use in the shave den. I have noticed this as well. Thank you for pointing it out, that one side remains smooth. This one side remains smooth here, and this side here is a little rougher for some reason, and I've got some rough edges. Now, this is a compressed Phoenix Shaving alum block. I don't believe they sell the compressed blocks anymore. I think Phoenix Shaving is selling solid alum blocks. But their compressed block was very, very good, and it lasts a long, long time. And this one I've had for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, I went into the linen closet to get this one because the previous compressed alum block that I was using from Phoenix Shaving, I accidentally, in drying it, I accidentally torqued or twisted it and accidentally cracked it in two. And I think it was a little weak in the middle because I had been using it for so long. So I think it just weakened in the middle just from my repeated use. But they last a long, long time. And I think Phoenix Shaving has fully transitioned now to solid alum blocks. So yeah, solid alum blocks are great. And if you can get a solid alum block, yeah, then the roughness issue will probably really not come up. However, if you do get a compressed alum block, just remember what Paul says about alternating sides for drying and everything. And that way, the sides will stay smooth. So thanks very much for that, Paul. Really do appreciate it. Now, Paul already has a signed George sketch, and he framed it and displays it in his shave den. Thanks very, very much, Paul. I really do appreciate that. But if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, all you have to do is send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use your shaving tip here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Paul, thanks again for a terrific shaving tip regarding alum block use. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
This morning's Shave Den visit comes from viewer Chris Bodrab, and the subject heading of the email he sent was Shave Den visit, Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company BBS1 in stainless steel and titanium. And Chris writes, sending some photos and videos of two very special razors, the Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company BBS1 in stainless steel and titanium. These razors were made by James Dufour under contract to the Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company between 2014 and 2017. At that point, James ended his affiliation with the LASSC and started his own company, Wolfman Razors. During the design process, he made 4 versions until settling on the final design. During that 3-year period, James made 421 razors in stainless steel, most of which were numbered. The one I purchased on the secondary market was number 3, and just 20 in titanium. It is my understanding that these have become some of the rarest and most sought-after razors in the wet shaving community. I had been looking for one over the past couple of years, and these were offered up for sale by a private collector from whom I purchased a copper Wolfman razor. He did not have these listed for sale, but after eventually purchasing 2 Wolfman razors from him and referring a friend who purchased another, he told me that he was getting out of the hobby and had 2 very special pieces if I was interested. He told me that he had spent the better part of the past 6 to 7 years trying to track these down and had purchased them from 2 separate people a couple of years ago. I knew it was nearly impossible to find either of these razors on the secondary market, let alone both a stainless steel and titanium version, so I took the plunge and purchased them both. Although it is hard to judge them without being influenced by the history and the rarity of these pieces, I believe that they are two of the best shaving razors in my collection. Now, Chris also passed along a link to the Sharpologist review on these razors, and we will provide that link below so you can read that review of these razors in its entirety and gain some more history on them. So, Chris, thanks very much for passing along that link. Really do appreciate it. He continued in a follow-up email. Interestingly and coincidentally, the only other time in the past couple of years that I've seen one of these razors come up for sale occurred just a day or two ago. I got an alert on eBay that one had become available, one of the stainless steel models. I think it was in the 200s in terms of the production number, and it was offered with just the razor and not stand, as I think that all the razors came with stands. I think it was listed for a starting price of $1,800, and I'm assuming that somebody offered something sufficiently higher than that to buy it now, or perhaps it was the buy it now price, but I think it sold literally in a matter of minutes as I went to check it out immediately after getting the alert, and it had already been sold. In trying to read online about the history of these razors and their aftermarket activity, I learned that there is apparently a registry online for at least the stainless steel razors, although I have not checked that out myself. I also heard an unsubstantiated rumor that someone purchased one of the titanium razors at auction for $10,000. Wow! Well, those are absolutely spectacular looking razors, Chris. Thank you so much for sending the photos and videos of these really rare, one-of-a-kind, so to speak, razors. And I'm sure that they deliver an awesome, awesome shave. So there you go, folks. Two absolutely spectacular razors from Chris Beaudrab's Shaving Den. The Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company BBS-1 in stainless steel and titanium. Wow. Chris, thanks so much for sharing this with all the viewers. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, this morning we have an update on Ariana and Evans. As you know, last week we reported that a fire broke out in parts of their building and closed them down for a while. Well, Peter Sharkalis posted this on Facebook. We're back. I haven't taken the notice off the doors yet, but we made our first pot earlier today. Tonight, I'll cook another pot and build up inventory of Latte e Menta for the release on May 25th. We dropped off orders to both USPS and UPS today. It's the biggest backlog we've ever had, but we'll get caught up in a couple days, I believe. Great news that they're back up and running. And again, Latte e Menta is wonderful. Our review of this ran this past Friday at an all Maggard meetup shave featuring Latte Imenta as the star of the show. Boy, this is a marvelous, marvelous scent. Oh, and it lathered a treat, and I'm really enjoying this for my shaves. And of course, it has this wonderful glass jar right here. And look how generous the aftershave splash is in this bottle. Yeah, this is a good one. Anyhow, I reached out to Peter to get some more information, especially regarding the meetup. And he wrote back, "Hi, Mark. Thank you for your message. Latte Imenta will be released only on the A&E site, aegrooming.com, initially on the 25th. We will have a limited supply, but doing our best to build up inventory on all our soaps. We will have the meetup on June 7th in Ansonia, Connecticut from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Our showroom was not damaged at all. Thank you so much for your support. Warm regards, Peter Sharkelis." That's great news that the meetup is going forward on June 7th in Ansonia, Connecticut at their showroom from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We'll get a link below where you can get more information, details on how to get there, and other information regarding the meetup. So that's really, really good news. And they're also working to build up inventory. They have things for sale. That's great. And again, Latte Imenta just launched online at aegrooming.com yesterday. So check it out. It's a marvelous, marvelous, wonderful, refined, gentlemanly, exquisite scent. It's fantastic. And again, such a generous aftershave splash bottle. Look at that. That thing is just marvelous and looks great on your counter and your shaved end too. So check out Latte Imenta. And also, we'll get you more information to the June 7th Ariana and Evans meetup in Ansonia, Connecticut in their showroom from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Peter, thanks again. Great, great news to hear you're back up and running and building inventory and going forward with the meetup. Thanks so much for the kind reply. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, this morning we have a giveaway update. This is an update on the fantastic, fabulous Tom Donnarumma giveaway. Yeah, Tom Donnarumma very kindly and generously sponsored an absolutely fantastic giveaway. We selected 2 winners this past Tuesday, and those 2 winners were John Shaves 101 and Mike H 9701. Now, John Shaves 101 won first prize, which was a Rockwell 6C adjustable razor in gunmetal finish. And Mike H 9701 won second prize, which was a Rockwell 6C adjustable razor in white chrome finish. Both of those razors very generously supplied by Tom Donnarumma. Again, Tom, thank you so much for sponsoring this giveaway. Really, really do appreciate it. We heard from both winners, and here's a really, really neat, wonderful twist to the first prize winner. This came from John Shaves 101. He emailed me, "Hi, Mark. I just saw I won a razor in the prize draw. My entry was unintentional, so imagine my surprise at being drawn out. If possible, Mark, I would love to pay it forward. I read in the comments that Lee Hazley would love to win this for his young son, who is just starting his journey into wet shaving. I hope this is okay. Thank you, Mark, and have a blessed day." Wow, John, that is absolutely wonderful of you. I contacted Lee and he accepted. And yeah, the razor's on its way. It's already been shipped. And thank you again, John, very, very much. They say the wet shaving community is the most generous online community. And here is another wonderful example of that. John, thank you so very, very much for this generous pay it forward. That's absolutely fantastic. My gosh, that was wonderful. Thank you so very, very much. So there you go, folks. First prize is on its way to Lee Hazley so that he can gift it to his son, who's just starting his wet shaving journey, all through the courtesy of John Shaves 101 and also the generosity of Tom Donnarumma, who made this giveaway possible. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Again, great examples of how wonderful the wet shaving community is. Absolutely fantastic. Second prize went to Mike H 9701, and he wrote, "This is the first time I've won a prize in any wet shaving contest, and I am very appreciative to you and to Tom for the giveaway. Many thanks indeed to the both of you. Well, a big thank you to Tom Donnarumma, Mike, because he made it all possible. So I will send your thanks along to him. Again, he made the giveaway possible. And I'm so glad that you finally won something in a in a wet shaving contest. That's great. So great to hear. Now, Mike's prize, his razor, has also been shipped and it's on its way. So Mike and Lee, please let us know when you receive those razors. Snap a photo and we'll share that with all the viewers out there. So gentlemen, so happy that this giveaway worked out in such a wonderful way. We have a prize winner who has finally won a wet shaving contest, and another prize winner who very generously and kindly paid it forward. How about that? And also a very, very generous sponsor of this giveaway. A big thank you to Tom Donnarumma, and also, Tom, thank you for your service. So, gentlemen, thanks again for making this all such a spectacular giveaway. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip. Oh boy, that is really, really good. Once again, Sterling Roastery's Costa Rica, balanced and complex. Boy, this is terrific. This came courtesy of our friend Mark Bagwell. My gosh, so very, very thoughtful of him. We lost him last year. What a wonderful, wonderful individual, and a great supporter of the wet shaving community and the traditional wet shave, and also a great supporter of this channel. He also sent along the Sterling Roastery stoneware coffee mug. Boy, love this, love that badge artwork there. Yeah, we'll get a link to Sterling Roastery where you can check out everything that they have up there. Really, really terrific. And a lot of, at the Maggard meetup, they were at Sterling Soap. Both Rod and Mandy were there at the meetup, and they were selling their coffee, and it was going very, very quickly. They were selling a lot of coffee. A lot of folks who attended bought the coffee, and they gave out great samples also of their shave soap and splash. But yeah, the coffee really, really was a hot seller there. Yeah, so yeah, really, really terrific. Hang on 1 minute, one more sip. Boy, that'll warm me up. Speaking of which, I'm wishing that it was Costa Rica warm right now, because I'm recording this right as the Memorial Day weekend is about to begin, and it's cold here in Northeast Ohio. It is like 50 degrees. It's overcast. It's rainy. It's wet. It's not the nonstop rain. It's going to be like that throughout the entire weekend, and by the time this airs, it'll probably just barely get into the low 60s, maybe, and it will still be overcast. But it has been very, very cool, which is why I'm wearing my Ohio State hoodie here to kind of warm up here, because it's cold, and people have been saying that their furnaces have been kicking on at night. It's getting down to the 40. It's getting down to like 40 degrees and below 40, maybe even for some below 40. But the reported lows are like 40 degrees, 39 and 40 degrees, somewhere in there. So yeah, it's definitely on the cool side. So that's why we're wearing this. I wanted to mention that to you in the opening, and it just slipped my mind because I was so enjoying the coffee this morning. Yeah. And again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. We got some great, great comments and refill this morning. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, off to the races. Here we go. This comes from Bill Murphy, who wrote, great show, Mark. Loved Mully's brushes. Still hoping for a George t-shirt for the summer. Hope you have an awesome week. Bill, thanks very much for reminding me of that. And I wanted to get up there this past week and put together a design for a t-shirt. And you know, as I say, the cold weather rolled in, and it just took took the wind out of my sails to design something for warmer weather because we don't have warmer weather right now. I'm thinking about sweatshirts and hoodies right now. So yeah, hopefully we'll get that. We'll get something put together here in the next week or two as the weather warms up. So thank you very much for that reminder. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Rod Sloan, 706. Oh, this is Rod from Melbourne, Australia. Of course, we pronounce it Melbourne up here, and down there they say Melbourne. And he writes, Melbourne, wow, what a great 3MB mark again. Enjoyed and smiled at Mully's little obsession. Familiar. that was Shaved Den visit from last week with Colonel Muhle and all the great Joker shaving gear that he shared with us. If you missed it, check it out. Shaved Den visit, last week's Monday morning mailbag. Thank you for bringing up my post about pre-shipping checks for lid tightness on bottled liquids not being properly done by some vendors. Hopefully this helps bring about some positive change in behavior and attitude. Ordered my Boom Lather bowl through Etsy the weekend before last one. Seems I may have to wait a while before it arrives, but I'm looking forward to it. Have a great week, Mark, and take care. Yeah, Boom Lather bowls, as we mentioned in the reminder. 3D Spot Prints 3D. That's it. Spot Prints 3D has this for sale on their Etsy storefront. Peter Despotis. Do I pronounce that right? Peter Despotis. What is that again? Gee whiz. Hang on 1 minute. Let me check. Peter Despotis. That's it. Peter, Despotas. Despotis. I got to remember that. My apologies. I need to remember Despotas. Despotis. That's it. Peter Despotis. Spot Prints 3D. His Etsy storefront. We'll have a link where you can get your own official George Boom Lather shaving bowl. These are beautiful George Boom Lather right there. And again, Boom Lather on the inside too. Check it out. Yeah. Really, really neat. Thanks again to Peter for arranging for that. And thanks so much, Rod, that you've ordered one. And George Lathering Bowl, the Boom Lather Lathering Bowl will be in Melbourne, Australia. Very, very neat. Thanks again. Really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Steve M. 1563, and he writes, Hi, Mark. We did meet briefly at Maggard this year. We were standing by Peter of A&E, and we got a picture together. I sent it to you in the email. We didn't talk much because you were busy with Peter. I don't think Chomp Burger is a franchised chain. It is a local Adrian restaurant that makes great burgers. My son claims they are the best burgers he ever had. Definitely worth the stop. Have a great week. Hey, Steve, thanks very, very much for that. Thanks for the picture. I really do appreciate that. My apologies. We need to talk more next time around. So please, let's get another picture, some video. Let's chat a little bit. I know I kind of go in 5 different directions myself because I'm trying to put the entire Monday morning mailbag program with the highlights reel together that whole weekend, and I'm on the road for 6 hours, 3 hours up, 3 hours back, and attending the event. And then when I get home, I think I got home at like 7:30. I was up until midnight. So I was up from 6 a.m. until midnight, traveling, recording, and then when I get home, editing it all together, and then doing a little bit more editing on Sunday in order to get everything together for the Monday morning mailbag. So it is kind of a whirlwind with me, and I thank you so much for your patience and your understanding regarding that. But next time, please, we'll get some video and we'll chat a little more. Let's make a point of it. And thank you regarding the recommendation of Chomp Burger. I thought that perhaps they were a chained restaurant. They're local. I usually do Culver's when I'm in Adrian, Michigan. Next time, I think I'm going to do Chomp Burger because of your recommendation. So thank you very, very much. It sounds great, Chomp Burger. It sounds really, really good. So thanks very much for that. Really, really do appreciate it, Steve. Jimmy V Photography writes, love all the EVH stuff in Mully's Den. That's Eddie Van Halen. Those Joker brushes are kick butt. Sad about Peter and his shop. I hope he gets going again soon. It looks like there is a new cap in store for me. Yeah, the new distressed boom lather cap. Thanks very much for that, Jimmy. And yeah, good news. Peter is getting back up and running, and they're going forward with the meetup as we announced earlier in the show. And yeah, Eddie Van Halen stuff. Thanks for picking that up, Jimmy. I did not notice that at all. I was looking at all the Joker shaving gear, but you're very, very perceptive. So thanks for pointing that out. I'm going to go back and take a look at all that Eddie Van Halen stuff in the background. Thanks again for that. Really, really do appreciate it. Bart Buzz wrote another informative Monday morning mailbag regarding the Alpha shaving safety razor. The 0.77 millimeter blade gap is about the same as the Rockwell 6C, 6S, R5, R6, which is 0.69 and 0.79 respectively. Those plates. What makes the Rockwell my favorite DE razor is the neutral blade exposure. There is almost no blade feel on all the 6C, 6S plates. You might do a side-by-side shave to compare the results. Also, as a reminder to those wanting to mitigate the odor in new Badger brushes, add a bit of your favorite aftershave to the water when soaking the brush overnight. Have a great week ahead. Hey, Bart, thanks very, very much for that. And regarding the Guido razor from Alpha Shaving, you know what? Let's go back up here to where I missed a question from Rod from Melbourne. He asked a quick question on the Alpha brass razor, the Guido. End tabs enclosed? Yes, they are. I've got a blade installed right there. And the end tabs are enclosed, as you can see. Okay, end tabs are enclosed. And I've had several shaves with this, and it is very smooth. And it's, for a 0.77 millimeter blade gap, it's rather mild. Now, I've got a review done, and I have to edit it. And my battery is also getting low when I was wrapping up the shave. So you'll see an ending, and then I'm going to edit in another ending, because what happened was I kind of wrapped up the shave and then swapped out the battery really quick, and then put the camera back on, and then continue with the shave. So I'm going to edit together somehow like that. But boy, this was really a surprising shaver. And for 0.77 millimeter blade gap, it was very, very smooth. On the mild side. And I think you're right, Bart, that there might be some neutral blade exposure here. Not entirely sure. So I would be interested in comparing this to the Rockwell 6S, because I have the 6S. And, you know, I've never used the 5 and 6 plate with the 6S. So I think I might use the 5 plate first, and then perhaps the 6 plate, and compare those plates with the Guido, because this was really a terrific shaver. Really, really enjoyed it. And again, it comes with 2 base plates. It comes with the closed comb base plate, and also, let me show you, it comes with an open comb base plate. Now, this razor was made available by viewer Rob Miller. Rob, thank you again very, very much. And there's the open comb plate right there. It's brass through and through. The handle is hollow, because it would be really, really heavy if it was solid. But boy, that's got some nice heft there to it. And you know what? You can pre-order the second round of these. They're going to make them again. This is from the first batch. They got a second batch that you can order online or pre-order online. I hope that they're still taking orders. We'll link it below. Hopefully that's the case. We mentioned that in the previous Monday morning mailbag when we reviewed this. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's still available, and it comes with a stand as well. Check out that stand. Isn't that great? So handle, cap, base plates, 2 base plates, stand, and a really, really wonderful case. I guess you could say it's a travel case. The case is marvelous and has some good cushioning and protection for the razor and the stand and the base plate, and a nice magnetic latch. How about that? Yeah, really all around a terrific razor, and I was really surprised by the shave. I thought it was going to be really, really aggressive, and it turned out to be quite smooth towards the mild side. Now, again, I lightened up my touch and I watched my technique, but you'll see all that when I get the review edited and posted, and hopefully that won't be not too far down the road. So Bart, thanks very, very much for that. And thanks again for the tip on soaking a Badger brush overnight with a little bit of aftershave in the water. Great, great tip. Thank you again very, very much. This comes from viewer Harry Rotinger, 2609. I believe I pronounced your last name correctly. Roettinger. Roettinger. I believe that's correct. I hope that's correct. Let me know in the comments below. Anyhow, Harry writes, thanks for the work on the podcast. Fingers crossed on the contest. I just started thinking about getting into wet DE shaving, and I'm going to ask for a razor for Father's Day. Don't know which one yet. Harry, it's wonderful to be doing the traditional wet shave right now with the DE razor. There are so many great razors out there. My gosh. And it's all in what you want. You want something mild. You want something with a little more growl. Man, there are some really, really beautiful, beautiful razors out there that not only deliver great shaves and come in at really, really nice price points, but other razors that are a little more pricey, but they're lifetime razors. They can be handed out to the next generation. Check out Timeless Razors for those kinds of razors. Check out Viking's Blade for something that's very, very affordable and delivers a smooth shave. Check out Pearl Shaving for some very, very affordable razors to kind of get your feet wet. Surely, the razors from Phoenix Shaving are marvelous. Again, those are a little pricier, but again, lifetime razors. There are so many great razors out there from which to choose. So if you need any help, check out some of the video reviews that I've done on the channel here, and feel free to drop me an email and ask some specific questions, and I'd be happy to share some additional information with you. So good luck, and welcome to the traditional wet shave with a DE razor. It's a great way to shave. And as I say, you'll find a razor, a brush, a shave soap, a shaving bowl, etc., that fits your skin type and your budget. It's a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. So let us know how it goes for you, Harry. Really do appreciate that. And let us know what you get for Father's Day. Yeah. This comes from Lee Hazley, our winner. And he writes, I was most fortunate and was gifted a 3D bowl from Spot Prints. I can't imagine a bowl that works better, could even be conceived. Thanks very much for the confirmation and the endorsement of these shaving bowls. Yeah, Peter makes a great, great shaving bowl. And again, the Boom Lather shaving bowl available on his Etsy storefront. Thanks again for that, Lee. Really do appreciate that. And this comes from Kyle Corrivo, 3222. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Again, your last name, Kyle Corrivo, 3222. Just bought a Boom Lather bowl. Can't wait for it to arrive. Let us know how you like it, Kyle. Again, they're available from Peter the Spottus. I think I got, Peter, am I pronouncing it right? I think I got it right. Again, his Etsy storefront, the official George Boom Lather shaving bowl from Spot Prints 3D. We'll have a link below. And Kyle, thanks very, very much for ordering one, and let us know how you like it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Viewer Christo Divine, 6836, asked the following question. Great show. Does anyone have any information on the rumored stainless R89 from Muhle? I had never heard this, and I went up to AI and asked that question, and here's the answer that came back. Muhle has released a special edition of their iconic R89 safety razor to mark their 80th anniversary. This version is crafted from high-gloss polished stainless steel 316L, making it corrosion-resistant and long-lasting. Key features are premium stainless steel 316L, durable and hypoallergenic, polished handle with a classic guilloche pattern for a secure grip, limited edition with an exclusive anniversary engraving on the head, closed comb design, provides a gentle yet thorough shave, comes with one classic razor blade included. Now, they go on to say here, this razor is available for purchase on Muhle's official website, Amazon, and is being discussed in shaving forums. If you're a fan of traditional wet shaving, this could be a stylish collector's item or a refined addition to your grooming routine. And on Muhle's website, this is what they have on their product page. To mark its 80th anniversary, Muhle presents an exclusive version of the iconic R89 safety razor, crafted for the first time from high-gloss polished stainless steel 316L. This classic close comb razor combines timeless design with a comfortable grip and features a refined anniversary engraving on the head. A limited edition collector's item or a stylish companion for your daily wet shave. And again, they go through all the key features that we just mentioned. And I also asked AI, what is a guilloche pattern? This answer was returned. A guilloche pattern is an intricate repeating design, typically engraved or embossed onto materials like metal, paper, or fabric. These patterns are created using a mechanical technique called engine turning, which produces precise interlacing lines that form complex geometric shapes. Guilloche patterns are commonly found in luxury watch dials, fine jewelry, official documents, and currency, where they serve both aesthetic and security purposes. This technique dates back centuries and is often associated with artisanal craftsmanship and high-end design. The mesmerizing, almost hypnotic effect of guilloche makes it a fascinating blend of artistry and precision engineering. And there are different guilloche patterns like Clos de Paris, which is also hobnail, barleycorn, sunburst, and basket weave, interwoven lines that resemble a woven basket. And I think that is the pattern, the guilloche pattern on this stainless steel R89. If I miss my guess, I could be wrong. Please comment below and let me know if you have any information about what guilloche pattern this could be on the handle of the stainless steel R89 by Muhle. But there you go, Christo. Yes, there is a Muhle R89 stainless steel razor available, marking their 80th anniversary. Limited edition, so it looks like if you want one, you're going to have to order quickly before they're gone. Thanks again for the comment. Really do appreciate it. Well, new shaving soaps from Spain have arrived, and they're available at the Razor Company. And as the folks at the Razor Company write, Hanami soaps have arrived at the Razor Company. 3 bold scents, 1 clean formula, all skin types welcome. Handcrafted vegan shaving soaps and aftershaves made with minimal waste and maximum care. Now, there are shaving soaps and splashes available, 3 scents. The first scent is Classic Shaving Soap by Hanami Soaps, evokes the timeless scent of a traditional barbershop. Crisp notes of lemon and bergamot blend with refreshing mint and a warm, woody base of sandalwood and cedar. It's clean, familiar, and quietly sophisticated, perfect for the daily shave ritual. The second offering is called Jamaican Spirit. It's a bold and immersive scent experience, rich, sweet, and spiced. Inspired by Jamaican rum, this blend opens with earthy notes of clove, anise, and white pepper, layered over warm caramel, berries, vanilla, and tobacco. It's sweet, intense, and penetrating, perfect for those who appreciate depth and aromatic complexity in their daily shave. That sounds awesome. And finally, Smoke Edge. Smoke Edge is a bold, smoky, and sophisticated fragrance built around the luxurious depth of oud, agarwood. Notes of Palo Santo, blackwood, and cedar form a mysterious, smoldering profile that's both grounding and distinctive, perfect for cooler weather or evening shaves. Well, with the cooler weather I mentioned earlier, this would be perfect. So there you go. 3 new shaving soaps and splashes from Spain. Hanami soaps available at the Razor Company. We'll have links below. I received this email from viewer Matt Panter, and he writes, I was finally able to buy a stainless steel Overlander. And the finish and design of this razor is absolutely stunning. Yeah, the photograph you supplied here, that's a beautiful looking razor. And the pattern on the handle, the knurling on the handle really pops. Now, Fernie Beck very, very kindly and generously sent to the channel the Karve Overlander in brass. That's what we have here. And it has a really nice vintage vibe to it. Has the same kind of patterned handle, but the stainless handle looks modern in stainless steel and just pops, whereas the brass gives it a more vintage look, a look from yesteryear. Love the Karve Overlander. Really a wonderful shaver. Here's what Matt has to say about his stainless steel Karve Overlander. I've only had one shave with the Overlander, and it is definitely more aggressive than the Bison. It takes much less touch-up strokes than most razors I have. It really knocked everything down in only 2 passes, and there's a lot of weight to the Overlander. It's got plenty of heft and then some. I tried it out with 3 days of beard growth, and it worked great. Surprisingly, both the Overlander and Bison seem to handle blades better than my other razors. Maybe it's the blade clamping. I can put in a blade that is tuggy in my other razors, but then somehow it's not tuggy in the Bison or Overlander. So I think I will use the Bison to test out blades from now on. The Overlander is more aggressive, and I will need more experience with it before I put a sharper blade in there. I can use a feather blade in the Bison with no problem, and I mostly shave every 2 days. Now, he goes on to say this about the Karve stand. Let me show you the Karve stand here because we have the stand as well, and it fits in there so very nicely. How about that? But you know what? Before we go ahead, let me get something. Hang on 1 minute. Yes, I wanted to get my Bison that Matt Panter very kindly sent to the channel. I used it the other day. A great shaver. All right, now, here's where he continues about the Karve stand. There it is again. Let me show that to you. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The Karve stand, I decided to get it even though it was expensive, and it is so satisfying to use because it has that hard plastic in the middle and fits the Overlander perfectly. See that little plastic sleeve inside the interior of the stand there? Yeah, that is really nice. That really prevents any scratching of the handle as it goes in and out of the stand. Any scratching or marring to the lower part of the handle. That is a really nice touch. That hard plastic in the middle and fits the Overlander perfectly, and it fits the Bison too. Well, let's take a look right here. That's why I wanted to get the Bison. Check this out, and there it is. Look at that. Isn't that great? Wow, I never knew that. I will definitely buy some more Karve stands when the aluminum ones are back in stock. I gotta have some Karve stands for my Karve Bisons. So there you go, folks. If you are ordering a Karve Bison and you already have an Overlander with the stand, you can use that Overlander stand with your aluminum Karve Bison razor, but maybe get a stand for your Karve Bison as well. Yeah, fantastic razors from the folks at Karve. The stainless steel version looks absolutely spectacular. Again, the stainless steel with that handle design looks modern, whereas in brass, it looks vintage. At least that's my take on it. So check it out. We'll have a link below to Karve where you can check out both the Overlander in stainless and brass and also these wonderful Karve Bison aluminum razors. These are wonderful. Matter of fact, let me just add right now, the Karve Bison is mild enough for face shaves, a beautiful mild shave, but also really nice and mild for head shaves as well. Yeah, love this for a head shave. Lightweight, maneuverable, really fantastic razor. So thanks again to Matt Panter for very kindly and generously sending the channel the Karve Bison, but also for giving us a rundown on the Karve Overlander in stainless steel. It sounds wonderful, folks. We'll have a link to these great razors from Karve. Matt, thanks again very much. Well, we have a brand new razor to share with you from Yaqi. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. Here it is right here. This is the Yaqi Slant 37 stainless steel safety razor. It's available on AliExpress. Check that out. It is a slant razor head with a sculpted comb. Check out that slant right there. 316 polished stainless steel. How about that? And it also comes with a variety of colored bomb tips that can be removed. Check that out. I've got the blue one installed, and you'll know why in just a moment, why I put blue there. But there's the blue bomb tip, and 6 bomb tips came with this razor. And again, here are the different colors. You've got gold right there. You've got turquoise right there. Red, okay. Here's green bomb tip. You saw blue attached to the razor, and also the final one, dark red. All right, so that's what you get in the way of removable bomb tips. It's getting a rating on AliExpress of 4.8 out of 5 stars. One reviewer said it was smooth and mild with the Wizamet razor. That's why I installed the blue bomb tip. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's give you some specs on the razor right here. The razor head material is 316 stainless steel polished. The handle material, 316 stainless steel polished. The handle length is 73 millimeters or 2.87 inches. The handle diameter is 12 millimeters or 0.472 inches. Again, it's polished stainless steel. The blade gap, now listen to this, the blade gap is 1.00 millimeters. Wow. And like I say, one reviewer said it was smooth and mild with a Wizamet razor blade. We'll get to that in just a minute. The total weight is 86 grams or 3.03 ounces. Now, the handle design is kind of like a very tight barber pole kind of design from what I can see. Nice knurling and a nice barber pole-like design, and it provided a really nice grip. I've had a chance to shave with this. I've done a review, and this was really smooth and mild. However, I got a lot of zinging and some stings from the alum block. This is deceptively smooth and mild. I mean, it is highly efficient. It did not feel aggressive at all, but man, did it give a close shave. I'm trying to decide whether or not this will be a daily driver because it felt so smooth and mild with the Wizamet razor blade, but the alum block said, wow, that was a close shave. And I think had I done a third pass, I might have probably overshaved a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm going to have some more shaves with it, but initially it was smooth and mild. Beautiful shave, but the alum block really said highly aggressive. That's kind of it in a nutshell. But my gosh, what an absolutely spectacular shave I got with this razor. Now, the alum block does its job. And after the shave, post-shave, after the camera was shut off, no irritation, no nicks, no cuts, anything like that. Had a little bit, maybe, right there towards the end of the review, I was looking at it, but after the camera went off, really nothing, and nothing the next day either. I mean, a really nice result. So I think it's a razor I'm going to have to work with and refine my technique a little bit, and it's going to give some really nice shaves. So if you're looking for something with a little more growl but is still smooth and mild, you got to check out this particular slant razor, the Yaqi Slant 37 in stainless steel. It really delivered a very close shave. It was smooth. It felt mild, although, highly efficient, and gave me a very close shave. Overall, very comfortable. However, I'm going to have to refine my technique, perhaps lighten up on my touch, and have several more shaves with it, because there was a lot of zinging and I did have some stings here and there, but that's why we use an alum block, to knock down that excessive irritation, get that feedback. So that tells me that perhaps I need to refine my technique with this particular razor. I was really impressed with the shave because the result was so close and it was very smooth, felt mild, but you know what? Deceptively mild, very aggressive, but not a harsh aggressiveness, kind of a mild aggressiveness. Does that make any sense? Check it out. The Yaqi Slant 37 stainless steel safety razor. I really enjoyed the shave with it. I need to do more shaves with it. Initially, wow. Wow, really caught me off guard when I did the alum block. But let me know if you've used this razor and how it fares in your shave den. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly and generously passing along the Yaqi Slant 37 stainless steel safety razor and allowing me to share with all the viewers. This is a good one. I'm going to use it again. Daily driver, don't know yet. But man, that first shave was really, really close. Thanks again to everyone at Yaqi. We'll have links below. Well, you need a new storage solution for your straight razors or your safety razors. Viewer Charles Price very kindly sent this along. Hey, Mark. Hope all is well. I just want to send a few pictures of the mini toolbox from Harbor Freight. It's the perfect size for DE and straight razors and brushes. It combines my love of wet shaving and being a shade tree mechanic. Laugh out loud. All the best, Chuck. And he sent the link. We'll provide the link below. This is the U.S. General Mini Steel Toolbox. And he writes here, they come in black, red, and blue. How about that? And happy to provide the links. So check it out, folks. If you're looking for a storage solution for your shave den, check out this one here, the U.S. General Mini Steel Toolbox. Comes in red, black, and blue. Charles, thanks very, very much. And by the way, I was wondering what a shade tree mechanic was. And again, AI came to the rescue. A shade tree mechanic is someone who repairs cars outside of a professional garage, often in their own driveway or backyard, sometimes literally under the shade of a tree. The term originated from the idea of working on vehicles in an informal setting, avoiding the costs and constraints of a traditional auto shop. Shade tree mechanics range from hobbyists who enjoy tinkering with cars to skilled individuals who can handle complex repairs. How about that? I never heard that term before. Something new that I learned. Thanks again, Charles. Really do appreciate it. So there you go, folks. A great storage solution, and maybe you learned also what a shade tree mechanic is. Charles, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, maybe you've seen this trend on social media where using AI, since we've been talking about AI earlier in the show to get different answers to some of our questions, you can use AI for imaging. And one of the trends recently has been creating toy action figures of known individuals out there. And Bill Murphy wrote the following. The subject heading was, "Coming to a shave den near you." And he writes, "Mark, not really coming to you. It's only an AI figure using ChatGPT. I came across this video in my YouTube homepage. The program is free, but there is a limit to the time for each day. I was going to fix the lather picture, but ran out of free time. I did a screen capture from one of your videos and used the George picture I used for your bowl. Enjoy." That is amazing. An action figure of myself in the traditional wet shaving theme. That is fantastic. That really is terrific, Bill. And he continued here in a follow-up email. Glad you enjoyed it and hope others will also. The figure with lather all over was because I said to add lather to the figure. I should have said add lather to the figure's face. No, I think that fits. The way I lather sometimes, I get lather all over. So I think that's just fine, but I know what you mean. The AI imaging programs out there are really, really amazing. And here's another example of it. And this is really flattering, and I'm so honored that you did this, Bill. My very own action figure in doing the traditional wet shave, or ready to do action in the traditional wet shave. I guess that's how I should phrase it. Bill, thanks again very, very much. Really do appreciate it. Folks, we'll have a link to chatgpt.com where you can check this out and have a little fun with it yourself. Bill, thanks again very, very much. Rod Sloan from Down Under checked in again, and he writes, Melbourne, again, tip, Doug of Phoenix Shaving may not like me for this because by my reckoning, your cube should last a bit longer. Hope this makes sense, Mark. Some of you may already be doing this, particularly if you don't have the luxury of a warm towel cabinet. Wet your face as usual with warm water. Get your whiskers nicely hydrated. Soak a face flannel in the warm water, then wring it out and apply it to your wet face. This, to my mind, not only acts a little like Mark's warm towel setup, but also semi-dries the face, ready to run the cube reasonably firmly over those warm, semi-moist whiskers. The cube, however, remains dry. You need only do this once, and then you can return your dry cube to its dock, if you have one, or some other vessel that fits the bill. Your face is covered in almost dry cube residue. Remember, your whiskers are still semi-hydrated, even though the shave area feels dry-ish. Now, you wet your hands in that warm water and rub over your cubed face, working it around the whiskers. The cube lather pretty soon shows itself. I found that you don't need to apply the cube any more than once. Shave soap lather the face over the cube lather when ready. Works a treat. Tip 2 is also an observation. Doug's cube dock has little air channels underneath where the cube sits, which assists in drying the cube if it gets a bit wet. Yeah, there's those channels right there. How about that? Yeah. And here's an example. Here's my cube. It's I got a brand new one in the wings, but this is the last little bit of my cube. It lasts and lasts. And then you can just set it right there like that. And yeah, that those air channels really help in allowing the cube to dry out thoroughly. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Rod. Really do appreciate it. But really a great routine, or a great different routine in using the cube. Thanks very much for passing this along, Rod. Really, really do appreciate it. So here's a rundown on the steps once more. Soak a face flannel in warm water, then wring it out and apply it to your wet face. Run the cube, a dry cube, reasonably firmly over those warm, semi-moist whiskers. Now you wet your hands in the warm water and rub over your cubed face, working that around the whiskers and building that lather with your hands. And then get your shave soap lather and lather that over the cube lather. When ready, works a treat. That's what he says. And you only need to use the cube once using this method, which is why I think he is saying that Doug won't be too happy, because this will make the cube last a little bit longer. So, Rod, thanks very, very much for another approach to using the cube. Really do appreciate it. I received this message from viewer Joe Bishop 7909, and he wrote, Mark, I just found your channel and would like to ask a question. I've been using a DE razor for several years with regular shave cream. I would like to start using a brush and real shave soap. Can you recommend a good starter brush and soap? I know you did a video on the Simpson brushes. Would you recommend one of them, T2 or T3? I am open to suggestions. Thanks. Boy, this is a great question, Joe. Thanks so much. Happy to share some information with you. As far as shaving soaps, a game changer for me early on in my wet shaving journey was Toolbox. Boy, oh boy, this is great. Great classic barbershop scent. The puck sits in this beautiful milk white glass bowl. Easy to get a nice brush load. You can do a face lather with it right off the bat. Again, classic barbershop scent. Beautiful lather, great protection. Yeah, this was a game changer for me early on in my wet shaving journey. I started with the tallow-based formula shave soap. I don't believe it's available anymore. It may be they've switched to a vegan formula, and I have yet to use that one, but other wet shavers from what I see online have reported good performance or equal performance to the tallow-based version. But Toolbox was great. Love the scent, love the performance, love the lather, love the fact that it's all contained here in a single bowl, and you can start a face lather right off the bat using this, because a generous brush load will build a generous lather on your face, doing a face lather with a good synthetic brush. You can also bowl lather with it as well. Get a brush load and transfer it over to a bowl. Entirely up to you, but Toolbox, definitely a great one. Nice price point for something coming out of Germany, and it's plentiful. You can find it anywhere online. The next one is Paraso. You can use the green or the white. The green is menthol and eucalyptus. It's got a real kick to it in the morning. Or white, which is for sensitive skin. So entirely up to you which one would fit your particular beard and skin type. Again, really nice price point. Another shaving soap that loads really, really well from its tub to do a face lather, a bowl lather. This is vegan formula. It just makes a great lather. Great protection, great scents. Like the Paraso green and white, they also make a red sandalwood scent, but my favorites are green and white. So Paraso, really good, great price point, out of Italy. Really like that a lot. Also out of Italy, Cella Red and Cella Green. These are other great performing shave soaps. The red is a tallow-based formula. Christmas cookies, that's the scent. Christmas cookies, really, really terrific. Makes a wonderful lather, great protection. Again, you can face lather with this, you can bowl lather with this. A good synthetic brush will get the job done. And Cella Green, well, they're both out of Italy. Cella Green is really, really a wonderful vegan-based shave soap. I was really surprised by its performance. Has a nice, clean, fresh scent. So yeah, we like this one a lot. So those are three off the bat that will give you really good performance and come in at nice price points. And they're plentiful. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them on Walmart.com and a lot of other online sellers. They're everywhere. They're very, very good. Now, also consider artisan shave soaps. Phoenix Shaving makes great artisan shave soaps. They're vegan-based. Sterling, absolutely wonderful. Most of theirs are tallow-based. Ariana and Evans, my gosh, you heard me talk about Latte Ementa. Boy, that's wonderful. Okay, a little pricier, but well worth it. These are great, great shaving soaps. So you can also just jump right into the deep end of the pool with artisan shaving soaps. You won't regret it. They offer some wonderful lathers and wonderful protection, beautiful slickness and glide, and a wide variety of scents. So check out those artisan shave soaps as well. Now, as far as brushes, yes, the Simpson T3 is terrific, and I recommend the T3. They comes in two different colors, the ebony and the ivory, the black and the white. Mark Bagwell very kindly sent the ebony colored T3 to the channel. That was very, very thoughtful of him. And just a wonderful, wonderful shaving brush, a great synthetic shaving brush. And I recommend the T3 because it has a more generous handle and a more generous knot. You'll get a more generous brush load from it. The T2 and the T1 are fine, but I think the handles and knots are more diminutive and they'll demand a little more time in brush load and in creating a lather. Give or take a few minutes here and there between the T2 and the T3. But I think the T3 is better if you're going to get a Simpson synthetic shaving brush right off the bat, first time out, I always recommend the T3. T2 and T1 are great, and they make great travel shaving brushes. That's the kind of size that impresses me as a travel shaving brush due to its size. Good for the shaving den. The T2 is good for the shaving den, but really, if you want to use it for travel along with the T1, those are good for travel. But if you want something more permanent for the shaving den that'll do a great job, go with the T3. It really is great. Again, black or white, your choice. I like it a lot. Any shaving brush from Phoenix Shaving is a great shaving brush. My first was the Atomic Rocket. Love it. Love the vintage handle styles that they offer. Got a great vintage vibe to it. Feels great in the hand. The Atomic Rocket, the handle is very generously sized. Beautiful synthetic knot on it. Does a great job face lathering or bowl lathering. Any shaving brush from Phoenix Shaving is a good one, and they come in at nice price points. Lastly, we have a couple of shaving brushes that we've reviewed on the channel that I really liked a lot, and they are from Yaqi. These are terrific. Here's one that I was really impressed with. This is the Yaqi Nebula. Got a great coin in the base there. Got a great look to it. Twist to the base right here. It offers a really, really nice, solid, firm grip to the handle. And this is a 28 millimeter synthetic knot with some really nice loft to it. So if you're looking to get a really nice brush load from a shave soap, boy, this will do the job, no doubt about it. Whether you're face lathering or bowl lathering, the Nebula will get the job done. So check out the Yaqi shaving brushes as well. I especially like the Nebula. Really, really terrific. Anything from Phoenix Shaving, terrific. Simpson, get the T3. Yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. There are more shaving brush brands out there, and from time to time, we'll mention them on the Monday morning mailbag, so stay tuned to see some of those reviewed and discussed and that sort of thing. If anyone out there has any other synthetic shaving brushes to recommend, please comment below. Let Joe know. And Joe, I know that the fellow wet shavers out there and viewers of the channel are going to come up with some great recommendations. But you're right, a good shave soap and a good synthetic shaving brush, and you'll get great results. But definitely go with a good synthetic shaving brush. And any of the ones I've mentioned here are good choices. Joe, I hope you found that helpful and it helps you to make an informed decision. Please let us know what you go with. Joe, thanks again for the comment. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.